Hi, it's Tim from bn-games.com, and we're doing another classic capture. This time we're doing Guilty Gear for the PlayStation 1. One of my personal favorite fighting games, one of the first, I believe, by Atlas, coming out here. This one is the only Guilty Gear that was only released on one system.
Yeah, this was only released on the PlayStation 1, and reading a lot of retro reviews when it came out, it was one of the only games a lot of reviewers felt had any chance of taking a bite out of Capcom, which it didn't really, but it was the only one that you could...
Came close.
Yeah, it came close. It was the only thing of quality. And you got to keep in mind, this came out during the age of really crappy 3D polygon fighters. I mean, a crap ton of them.
Like Clay Fighter, War Gods, most 64 fighters.
Tekken. I don't care what you have to say. Tekken's pretty terrible.
And Virtua Fighter.
Virtua Fighter was pretty terrible. And it's completely 2D sprite-based. Now, I had never actually played the first one until Tim got the game. I'll tell you this much, if you're going to play a Guilty Gear game, play X2. Avoid this one.
Yeah, I'll admit, out of all of them, this isn't the best, but, I mean, for its time, I think it's pretty good, especially, I believe, this one was kind of, not an exact, hit on Street Fighter, but more, on Darkstalkers.
Yes, it was definitely more in the Darkstalkers fashion.
Yeah, that's why, I mean, one of the main things people love about these games is just the soundtracks. All of it's, hard metal. It's all done by the... Yeah, I mean, and it's all done by the creators, which, I mean, they've done, countless originals with these games.
I'm going to tell you, it does... And I'm comparing it directly to X2, because X2 came out on the PS2, and it also came out on the Xbox, and in Japan, X2 came out on the Dreamcast as well. I played a lot of X2, obviously that's a sequel, and you see the early ideas here of what they wanted to do. This game does not flow anywhere close to what that game is. And you might be saying, well, this is the PS1 version, I grant that, but this is one of those situations where I tell you, avoid this one, and it's not worth it. How much did you pay for this one, Timmy?
I got lucky on this one. I picked it up for about $20, just under. I know normally, even without the case, this one runs about 40 to 45, sometimes 50. Yeah, I mean, $20, I don't feel bad for, paying it.
For a collector's.
Yeah, just because I have every other Guilty Gear, but if I had paid $50, yeah, then I would have, really not worth it. You can pick it up for, $5 on the PlayStation Network.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, that would be the way to go. If you're absolutely dying to try this.
Yeah, because if not, you can always get Judgment. That was a PSP game. You can get that for about the same price, and it's got a lot better flow than this one.
The thing you also mentioned, I'm the fighting guy here, fighting game guy. This game is severely unbalanced, severely. There are some characters here that have some way overpowered attacks. With a huge advantage that there's no balance. Some of them have an insta-kill. I think everyone has an insta-kill if you know how to do it, which uses your special bar, and it doesn't matter how much health the other person has. It's, like I said, it's an insta-kill.
Yeah, and then, I was only able to figure it out for one.
And then there were some characters that they're the big one. I don't know his name. He hits you once or twice, and that's a bar and a half. With normal attacks, we're not even talking about specials or any techniques or nothing like that.
Yeah, the
only bullshit.
Yeah, the only semi-balance to that character is just he can't move for anything. I mean, he's the slowest character. I mean, you can get at least 12 hits on him before he can make one. And
this KY guy right here, he's strong, but his big imbalance is his reach. His hitbox reach is crazy. If anybody knows how to use them even slightly, it's unfair. It's really hard to get in there to get any kind of attacks in. And I'm the guy. In X2 I used to use Soul mostly, and there he had more move sets, and it wasn't such a pain in the ass to try to attack. Specifically KY Key. How would you say it to me?
Key? Hi?
No, it's actually a short name because I forget Right now, it's blanking out of my head what his actual name is.
All I know is he's overpowered as all shit.
Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Steve.
We've decided.
Universal.
Yeah, no, because I mean, if you go by like the story and lore, these two are like rivals.
Hey, the other thing to mention, I know this is a PS1 game, but the sprites are pretty terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty sad. I think the advanced game that came out looks better than this.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's pretty close.
I would. I mean, you know, I'm a big fan of this game, but yeah, no, I mean, the sprites on this are terrible. You know, I don't know, the flow of it's really bad. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, I'd only recommend it if you're a hardcore Guilty Gear fan, and it's just one to have. It's not one you'd play. It's just, you know, the prestige of saying, oh yeah, I have that one.
And don't buy it if you're an Atlas fan, because this is not a good example.
Yeah, I'm another huge Atlas fan, and I wouldn't recommend it because I have pretty much anything else. Even though there are a few Atlas games I would say not to buy either.
I think the only thing that this game does that semi-impresses me, especially for PS1 era, is the load times are not too bad. But then again, we're playing this on the PS3 for recording, so, you know. But even so, you can usually tell when it's really bad, even on the PS3.
Yeah.
The load times were pretty quick, even so.
To put it into context, just on a personal, I really don't have much to say here, just because I'm not the fighter. I'm not the fighting guy, but
An hour gives him a blister.
Yes, hey, that hurt. Comparing the load times to something like Marvel versus Capcom, which I thought had some of the slowest load times, this actually loads a little bit slower than that.
Let's see, here's the one-hit kill.
Yeah, I had health, but that thing right there can instantly wipe.
Well, the next round, you'll truly see how unfair it is, because I think I did it again.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I should mention I'm first player and Tim is second.
Yeah, that's why I
And
keep winning.
I noticed a couple of these characters don't exist in the other games either.
Yeah, no, they replaced a few of them just because they weren't popular. They didn't really hit it off in Japan.
Bobby, I need you to come over and cut some fruit for me.
I just need to wiggle it in air retarded like. Yeah, just like that. It's pretty ridiculous. And there's like no way to counter or defend it, really.
Yeah,
And you're sure it's not just him that can do it?
Yeah,
no,
all
all of them have a similar
something
move,
like it.
but I couldn't figure it out for the other ones. I will say, though, the controls are fairly easy, except for the super combo like that. Because, I mean, it's really got kind of Street Fighter-esque controls, you know. Basically...
Don't insult it that way.
I'm saying it has... Well, it does. I mean, I was playing it like if I was playing Ryu. I mean, the control scheme, you know, for like the Blade Slasher is the same as the Hadouken. It's got pretty much the same style, at least for Ryu and Ken.
We refer to those as quarter circles.
Okay, well, quarter circles, fine.
Right.
In any case, it has that. That is one of the good things. Yet it's also the bad thing is that that's pretty much all the controls are.
I really dislike that thing where you can get launched in the air and start spinning, and you can't really break away from it.
No, well,
I really dislike that. It's and I'm glad, and I guess most people were because it never showed up in any other games ever again.
no, but there are different. Well, not that one in particular, but there are different stun features.
Stuns, but not floating in the air where you can't break away from it.
Yeah, well.
Alright everyone, well, that was Guilty Gear for the PlayStation 1. Like you said, if you're going to buy it for $5 on PlayStation Network. I wouldn't recommend picking it up unless you're a huge fan of Collector, because it usually goes for about $40-50. And it's not that great. It's very unbalanced. It was a good attempt, but if you really want to play Guilty Gear, our suggestion, I believe, would be to play Double X on the PS2.
Yeah.
Alright, please subscribe and let us know what you think.
Only worse is Asuka.
Thank you.
Man, that guy has a long nose.
Phallic reference.